Good morning and welcome to the subcommittee hearing on zoning and franchises. Please silence all electronic devices. Chair, we're ready to begin.
Good morning and welcome to a meeting of the Subcommittee of Zoning and Franchises. I am Councilmember Kevin Riley, Chair of the Subcommittee. This morning I am joined by Council Members Bottcher, Shulman, Abreu, Hanks, Carr, and Moyer. Today we will hold a public hearing for two proposals, one in Queens and one in Brooklyn. Before we begin, I recognize the Subcommittee Counsel to review the hearing procedures.
Thank you, Chair Riley. I am Angelina Martinez Rubio, counsel to the subcommittee. Apologies for that feedback. And before I give my announcements to the hearing, I just want to note that the printed edition of the city record included the 43rd Avenue demapping as an item to be heard today, but we're not hearing that today. That's going to be heard at the next zoning subcommittee meeting. This meeting is being held in hybrid format. Members of the public who wish to testify may testify in person or via Zoom. Members of the public wishing to testify remotely may register by visiting the New York City Council website at www.council.nyc.gov/land use to sign up. Or for those of you here in the chambers, please see one of the sergeant at arms to prepare and submit a speaker card. Members of the public may also view a live stream broadcast of this meeting at the council's website. When you are called to testify before the subcommittee, if you are joining us remotely, you will remain muted until recognized by the chair or I to speak. And when the chair or I recognize you, your microphone will be unmuted. Please take a moment to check your device and confirm that your mic is on before you begin speaking. We will limit public testimony to 2 minutes per witness. If you have additional testimony you would like the subcommittee to consider, or if you have written testimony you would like to submit instead of appearing before the subcommittee, please email it to landusetestimony@council.nyc.gov. Please indicate the LU number and or project name in the subject line of your email. We request that witnesses joining us remotely remain in the meeting until excused by the chair, as council members may have questions. Finally, there will be pauses over the course of this hybrid meeting for various technical reasons, and we ask that you please be patient as we work through any issues. Chair Riley will now continue with today's agenda items.
Thank you, Council. I will now open the public hearing on LU's 230 relating to the 189-10 Northern Boulevard Commercial Overlay in Councilmember Palladino's district in Queens. This application seeks a zoning map amendment to establish a C2-3 commercial overlay and an existing R3-2 zoning district and reduce the depth of an existing R3X zoning district. For anyone wishing to testify on this item remotely, if you have not already done so, you must register online, and you may do that now by visiting the council's website at council.nyc.gov/land use. And once again, for anyone with us in person, please see one of the sergeants to prepare your speaker's card. Council, please call the first panel for this item.
For this item, we have Richard Lobel. And Richard, if you could introduce the rest of your team, and I will swear them all in.
Thank you. I'm joined by applicants Jerry Hay and James Chen, as well as architect Shannon Zhao.
Council, please administer the affirmation.
If you all could please raise your right hand and answer the following question. Do you affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in your testimony before the subcommittee and in your answers to all council member questions?
We do.
Thank you. For the viewing public, if you need an accessible version of this presentation, please send an email request to landusetestimony@council.nyc.gov. And now the applicant team may begin. Panelists, as you begin, I'll just ask that you please reinstate your name and organization for the record. You may begin.
Thank you, Chair Riley. Council members, Richard Lobel of Sheldon Lobel PC for the applicant. I'm pleased today to present to you the 189-10 Northern Boulevard rezoning, which merely involves installing a C23 overlay on a portion of Northern Boulevard, which literally has commercial overlays extending for 2 miles. So this is an oversight in the zoning map, which we hope to correct through ULURP. Next slide, please. So this zoning map amendment, again, takes primarily 6 lots on this block and rezones them from R3X and R32 to R3X C23 and R32 C23. So this would add a commercial overlay on all or portions of 7 lots. There are 6 lots here that front on Northern Boulevard. Of those 6 lots, 5 of them have commercial uses. So what this would do would be to allow for these 5 lots, other than the applicant's lot, to become conforming uses and would allow for James and Jerry to have a 3-story building there, which would house their professional offices. Again, as discussed, Northern Boulevard here has C2 overlays for greater than 20 blocks to the east of the site, and this would facilitate the development of this 3-story plus cellar mixed-use building with commercial and community facility uses and a total floor area of 14,800 square feet. Next slide, please. So these are the basic numbers behind the rezoning. Again, this is a 3-story plus cellar building. Each floor would be roughly 5,000 square feet for a total floor area of 14,800 square feet, with ground floor use group 6A retail, second floor use group 6B office, and third floor community facility to be designated. The setback in the front yard would be 10 feet with a total height of 40 feet. Importantly, all of these bulk provisions are as of right at the site. So a 3-story building could exist here as of right. We're not changing the underlying R32 or R3X zoning. We're merely adding a C23 overlay. This site would also have required parking with 35 spaces, including 29 in the cellar and 6 on the ground floor. And as far as sustainability measures, there would be planting in the front yard. There would be EV chargers for 10 parking spaces, a green roof at the terrace, and solar on the roof. Importantly, the next slide, please, shows the as-of-right development at the site. And this is something which came up during public hearings, but basically the as-of-right development here in the existing zoning district could have the same 3-story building. So it would be a 3-story plus cellar building, which would house use group 4A community facility, medical offices, or treatment facilities, have a total height of 35 feet and 24 parking spaces. Importantly, this is one of those rare instances where the proposal actually would allow for a more contextual building. The as-of-right building that you see here would rise to a level of 23 feet in the rear yard, which would basically go up against the rear lot line. The proposal, as proposed, we would need to have such a spread in the back. We'd be able to bring down the rear lot line, the walls. So it's actually a better building, and this is really a rezoning which just goes to use and allows for commercial use at the property, particularly office and retail. The next slide addresses some comments which were made in the course of public hearings regarding a BSA variance. This block, actually most of the block, roughly 50,000 or greater square feet, is subject to BSA action. So since 1971, BSA has granted piecemeal variances and special permits on this block to allow for auto-related uses, furniture stores, and parking. And so we've been asked during the course of public hearings, why wouldn't we go back to BSA? And so importantly, this application, while it's a great land use application at the council and for ULURP, makes a terrible BSA application. BSA applications are, the foundation of those applications are uniqueness, financial hardship. That's not the case with this site. It's a relatively rectangular site of 9,800 square feet. And you can't make your findings, which we repeat on the board, in the sense that there's nothing really unique about the site that lends itself to a hardship variance. However, in terms of land use, as we'll see on the coming slides, it makes total sense. The next slide shows a copy of the zoning map. And you can see, although very small, extending to the east, all of these C2 overlays which line Northern Boulevard in this area. It's very prevalent here to have commercial uses on Northern Boulevard. Anyone who walks these blocks can easily see that it's commercial uses which go for miles. And so to allow for this overlay here will merely allow for a continuity of that use and allow Jerry and James to locate their offices. The next slide is the tax map, which shows with a little bit more focus the exact nature of the development. The development site, 9,800 square feet. To the left hand of the map is highlighted in red, and the remainder of the site would have a C23 overlay. The next slide, and after this I'll conclude, I apologize for going on. The next slide is a land use map and an area map, and really demonstrates well why this property and this site is so well well positioned for a commercial overlay. You can see on the map the blocks that are shaded and the lots that are shaded in red. Those are all commercial uses. So you can see here that there is our commercial overlays existing to the east of the site, and on our block, you can see that most of the lot area is either red or gray. The red portions of this lot are, as I said, commercial stores, auto-related uses, furniture stores. The gray portion, with the exception of our site, are parking, commercial parking, as well as a restaurant and accessory parking for that restaurant. So of block frontage here that totals roughly 72,000 square feet on Northern Boulevard, roughly 63,000 square feet already has commercial uses. The effect of this rezoning will not be to cause any type of material change in this block front other than to allow for Jerry and James to locate their offices here. You can see from the following slides, and you can feel free to page through quickly, there are pictures which demonstrate the commercial area of the property, and then that's followed by site plans and renderings, and feel free to go quickly, which are demonstrate that this would be a contextual building. It would be a rather handsome building for the area. It would have a patio for outdoor space and would provide for greenery in and around the site. The remaining portions of the presentation include plans and materials, which show the ground floor retail, as well as show on the proposed plans that the rear lot line would be respected. There would be a lower intrusion into the rear lot than would be permitted and would be intended in an as-of-right development. So in summary, we are hopeful that the council can support the Queensborough President's determination as well as City Planning's determination, which supported this application. With that, we're happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Richard. How long has the applicant owned this property, and how is it currently used?
What's the duration? Do you want?
You could use the mic
How you doing?
and
Jerry.
just state your name for the record.
Jerry He. Morning. Probably used it for since 2019, I believe. Right now, we currently use it as storage for our like construction materials. We generally build, but because we've been trying to get this application, we've been having financial hardship of finding storage places too. So we just park our trucks, vans, keep some material storage there. But everything we just cleaned it out to the best of our ability. And right now we're leasing office space near Whitestone, and that's about like 40-something thousand, that's monthly costs. And we just paid property tax too yesterday, so it's a little hard right now. Thank you.
Thank you, Jerry. You say a lease in office space. What type of business is this?
Construction, and also we share the office space with Marilyn Brook, which is Shaun Jha right here, the architect.
Thank you. If this action were to be disapproved, how would this applicant use this property?
Well, Chair, it's a good question, and one which has been raised. The applicant would be unable to use this property for their office because, frankly, despite the fact that commercial overlays abound here on Northern Boulevard, there's not one on this block. So with that, the applicant would be required to either use or lease a building here for as-of-right uses, which we feel would be a shame for the community, particularly because some of the concerns that were expressed had to do with the building to the rear and how this building would be situated. And the as-of-right building here would be 3 stories, and because of the way the parking would be situated, would go up to 23 feet at the rear lot line. So if it was not approved, it would be, from a bulk perspective, would be far worse for the area and would house a community facility / doctor's offices / treatment facility for the full 3 stories of the building.
And directly behind is residential?
There are residential neighbors all along this block. So there are roughly 6 lots. 5 of them are already commercial, and there are roughly 20 neighbors to the rear. This particular lot only has 2 neighbors to the rear.
Okay. Have the other properties in the rezoning area received variances from the BSA?
They have. From 1971 on, there's been a hodgepodge of variances and special permits to allow for commercial uses from furniture stores to auto-related.
Did the community board have any issues with the proposed project that you have tried to address?
They did, and we have, and you know.
Can you state those issues?
Sure. So we've been going to Community Board 11 for years. The Community Board actually, this was a split vote at the Community Board. It was a vote of 27 to 10 against, and primarily had to do with the massing of the building. I think the central issue at the Community Board was that they wanted control in a way that when variances are granted by BSA, BSA has the authority to condition those variances. So in the BSA resolutions, they'll place conditions on the use of the property. And the community board said, well, we want this property to be subject to a BSA variance so we can similarly have conditions. The problem is that conditions aren't a cause of a BSA variance, they're the effect, meaning that if you don't have a BSA variance case to begin with, you can't have the conditions placed on it merely because you're at BSA. So this application makes a terrible BSA case. It is a roughly 9,800 square foot lot. It's rectangular. You don't have the site uniqueness. BSA variances, they need some type of yard relief. They need an odd shaped lot. There has to be contamination. We don't have any of that. What we have is really just a case where the land use in the area is totally different than what's reflected on the zoning map here. So we tried to basically explain to the community board, and we're successful for a portion of the community board, that we can't get a BSA variance here. But I will tell you, Chair, that what we did say and what we're still happy to do is to condition the uses of the property, to basically say we're not interested in noxious uses that may be permitted in a C2. We can provide some of the conditions that the community board would have gotten by way of an agreement with the community board and with interested parties. So we are still happy to do that and would appreciate that opportunity going forward.
Speaking of the community board, I know you proposed and inspected a community facility. Did you get a tenant for that facility yet?
No, I think that the discussion was potentially around senior center space, which is something that's needed in the area. So although we have don't have a tenant merely because there's no definite approval here, I know that the discussion was around something that would be robustly used by the community and needed in the area.
Was that suggested by the community board, the senior space?
We were open. We also asked the community board if they have any recommendation. We'd be open to it. The rest of the other spaces would just be office space for the architect, our construction back office, and then on the ground level, it'll probably just be retail that we're also open to the community. We also suggested we would not put like a restaurant, and we're also open to any suggestion that because we don't have an actual.
So you guys are open to going back to the community board pending approval to address those other two vacant?
Correct.
Okay.
But they just didn't. The community board didn't give us any recommendations, or they just said they would like an opinion. Thank you.
Okay. Well, I don't know if it's a suggestion from me. It's not my community. But being that you guys are doing construction and architect, maybe this is an opportunity to work with some people in the community to teach them the trade. Maybe that could be a space within the community. So maybe that can be an idea that you bring back to them to address that. My last question before I pass it to my colleagues to see if they have any question is the applicant team willing to commit to an MWBE and local hiring goals, as well as sustainable design features recommended by the borough president?
Yes.
Thank you. Now I invite my colleagues to ask any questions. Does any council members have any questions? And we've been joined by Chair Lewis as well. There being no questions, this applicant panel is excused. Thank you so much, Richard.
Thank you, Chair.
Council, are there any members of the public who wish to testify on 189-10 Northern Boulevard Commercial Overlay remotely or in person?
It doesn't look like there's anyone in person here to testify on this item, and we have one person online, Henry Euler. So Henry, I'll just make a quick announcement for you that please make sure your device, your mic is working before you start speaking. Be ready to speak when the chair tells you to begin, and just note that if the council members do not have questions for you, you'll be removed from the Zoom, but you'll be able to continue to watch the hearing online in the council's website.
Members of the public will be given 2 minutes to speak. Please do not begin until the Sergeant at Arms has started the clock.
You may begin.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Henry. You may begin.
Okay, thank you, thank you. My name is Henry Euler. I'm the president of the Auburndale Improvement Association, which is the civic organization in the area. And my community is opposed to the granting of this overlay application. We feel that once the zoning change is established, any building conforming to the new overlay designation could be built on this block as of right at any time without public review. Now, there are 16 homes whose backyards back up to this particular block. It's a long, narrow block. And we just feel that they should follow the variance procedure in order to do what they want to do. This way, the community would have input, and it would be more fair to the community. The lawyer keeps saying that he can't get a variance here. We've consulted with a land use specialist who said that he believes that they can meet all the conditions to qualify for a variance. Now, we're not against businesses or community facilities operating in our community. We feel that the interests and concerns of the local residents must be listened to, be respected, and acted upon. We submitted a written statement to you, as well as 3 photos showing the current conditions on 18910 Northern Boulevard. He has a construction and building supply business operating there illegally, and it's a mess. It's terrible. This is hardly a way for this applicant to start a relationship with the community. We're very upset about it. A complaint was filed with the Department of Buildings, and a violation was issued to the applicant. We also have the complete support of our councilwoman, Vicky Palladino. She attended our rally.
Expired.
Is that finished?
You can continue. Go ahead, Henry.
All right. I just wanted to say she attended our rally in front of the site. She attended our civic meeting, and she said she gets it, that she is also on the side of the community in opposing the overlay. So we don't want the community bypassed in this situation, and we're asking this subcommittee to vote no on the application. Thank you.
Thank you, Henry, for your testimony. Are there any council members with questions for Henry? There being no questions for Henry, Henry, you are now excused.
Thank you.
There being no other members of the public who wish to testify on LU 230 related to the 189-10 Northern Boulevard Commercial Overlay, the public hearing is now closed and the item is laid over. I will now open the public hearing on the preconsidered LUs related to ULIPs number C 220285 ZMK and N 220286 ZRK relating to the 1656 West 10th Street rezoning in Councilmember Yeager's district in Brooklyn. The application seeks a zoning map amendment to rezone an existing R5B zoning district to an R6 zoning district and a related zoning text amendment to map an MIH program area. For anyone wishing to testify on this item remotely, if you have not already done so, you must register online, and you may do that now by visiting the council's website at council.nyc.gov/land use. And once again, for anyone with us in person, you may see one of the Sergeant at Arms to prepare and submit a speaker's card. Council, can we please call the first panel for this item?
The panel for this item is Eric Palatnik.
Council, please administer the affirmation.
Can you please raise your right hand? Do you affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in your testimony before the subcommittee and in your answer to all council member questions?
Thank you. Thank you. For the viewing public, if you need an accessible version of this presentation, please send an email request to landusetestimony@council.nyc.gov. And now the applicant team may begin. Panelists, as you begin, I'll just ask you please reinstate your name and organization for the record. You may begin.
Sure. My name is Eric Palatnik. I'm an attorney. I'm representing the owners of 1656 West 10th Street, and we're here to request a rezoning from R5B to an R6A that, if approved, would permit the proposed six-story building that you see here. Hello, council member. How are you? It's nice to see you. I'll make this rather quick because the good news here is there's no controversy, relatively speaking, around this property. It was well supported at the community board. It's been supported at the borough president. It was supported at city planning. A couple of the neighbors to the rear did show up at the community board meeting to express their concern, and I'll show you what that's all about during the presentation. Next slide, please. You can't read this. I'll go to the next slide, please. This slide, the left side shows you the existing zoning, the right side shows you the proposed zoning. You could see where it intersects, just off the intersection of Kings Highway and Quinton Road. It's a rather large intersection. It's an R7A district, high density, and we're extending the R6A, or creating an R6A that extends from that R7A. If you can go 2 slides forward, please. The rationale behind the rezoning is pretty self-evident. This slide tells you the story very well. I think we're asking for a logical request. The site is in the middle of 2 larger buildings. The block, although an R5B, is really more akin to an R6A zoning district. So the site that we have, or we are operating on right now, is a daycare. I know Council Member Chair Riley, you just asked about adult daycare. This is an adult daycare that's on the property right now, and that will be staying there when we rebuild it, and it's the operators of the adult daycare that are the sponsors of this development. Next slide, please. Actually, if you can skip ahead, I'm just going to jump ahead and save you some time. If you can go to slide 12, please. So slide 12 starts to talk about the housing shortage in the area, and we put together some information for you just to explain that this area of Brooklyn is not keeping up with the rest of the city. Next slide, please. This slide that I'm showing you now shows you the red dots indicate how many units of housing have been built with MIH. You can see there's very little, almost close to nothing, 22 and 7 here. Next slide, please. Actually, go 1 slide further, please. There you go. This slide shows the unit mix, which shows you the breakdown for the affordability, and you can see there's 24 units proposed. It's a relatively small project, 6 of which will be affordable. And I'll click now to slide 19. And slide 19 shows you the rear of the building on the right side and the front of the building on the left. The building has been designed in a way to take care for the windows of the neighbors on the lot line conditions next door to us. And I'll stop on slide 20, please. Go to slide 20. Actually, if you can go to slide 21, please. Speed everybody's day up a little bit. I just wanted to speak to what the concerns were from some the people behind us that showed up at the community board, at city planning hearing, excuse me. They were concerned about our building being built on our site, which is on the right. On the left, we show you what the existing condition is, and what we're trying to demonstrate here is that our building will be set back further from the lot line than the existing building, leaving an open space, which will open up a lot of light and air to the neighbors to the rear of us. I believe even though we're creating a taller building, we're creating a better living condition for them. And I think the city planning agreed as well. They supported it after that. So that's my presentation. I'd be happy to answer any questions. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Eric. Do you know what their plans for relocation are while the proposed development is being reconstructed?
They're looking right now for a suitable space. They're confident they'll find one. There is, as you know, an abundance of office type of space available these days. So they're confident they'll find one. It's not really ideal for them to be in a temporary space, but they're comfortable doing it for about 2 years while they build the building.
Thank you. The applicant is proposing 10 off-street parking spaces. Is the parking plan only for residents or for employees of the adult daycare center? And did the applicant consider providing no parking due to this development proximity near a transit?
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that. It is very well situated near the N train and numerous bus lines. It's very close. We did not consider providing no parking because we are required to provide parking. We're providing the minimum amount. It is not for the daycare, adult daycare use. It's for the residents of the building.
Thank you. Councilman, there being no more questions for this panel is now excused.
Thank you.
Council, are there any members of the public who wish to testify on this application?
Chair, there are no members signed up online or are online, and I don't see any in person, so we can go ahead and close the hearing.
There being no members of the public who wish to testify on preconsidered LUs relating to ULUP number C 220285, ZMK and N 220286, ZRK relating to the 1656 West 10th Street rezoning, the public hearing is now closed and the item is laid over. That concludes today's business. I would like to thank the members of the public, my colleagues, subcommittee council, land use and other council staff, and the Sergeant at Arms for participating in today's meeting. This meeting is hereby adjourned. Thank you.